You've probably heard of ivermectin, a drug best known for getting rid of parasites in animals and humans. Like other pandemic-related topics, this once obscure drug has catapulted into the global discussion because, well, people are desperate for treatments that work against COVID. While some research in 2020 suggested ivermectin might be useful against COVID, those results haven't stood up under scientific scrutiny, said Dr. Joseph Khabbaza, a pulmonary and critical care physician at the Cleveland Clinic in Ohio. Early studies were conducted in laboratory culture dishes when scientists were testing pretty much anything and everything against the COVID-causing virus, SARS-CoV-2. However, just because a drug can kill a virus in a lab dish doesn't make it a safe or effective treatment in humans, he said. Some research was very flawed or even fraudulent, Khabbaza noted. Those have been debunked. All the really good studies have not shown a benefit. The verdict so far is clear: ivermectin, although it's still being studied, has not been found to be effective for the prevention of COVID-19 or the treatment of acute infection once it has developed, Khabbaza said. Even one of the drug's main manufacturers, Merck, said in a February 4 statement that there's no meaningful evidence to suggest ivermectin works to treat or prevent COVID, and that there's been a concerning lack of safety data in the majority of studies.
However, people have become so convinced that ivermectin is a cheap and readily available cure for COVID, they continue to take it against all medical advice and common sense. People haven't opted for this debunked treatment strategy on their own. COVID misinformation can be found just about everywhere, especially on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. The use of ivermectin has been recommended by doctors who promote bogus cures and vaccine misinformation, and podcast host Joe Rogan, who has millions of listeners, said he took the drug for COVID, among other treatments. US prescriptions for ivermectin increased at least 24-fold in 2021, going from 3,600 prescriptions a week before the pandemic to 88,000 prescriptions a week in August, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. That's just retail pharmacies and oral forms of the drug. Those numbers don't include mail orders, skin preparations, or veterinary forms of ivermectin. People have swallowed potentially toxic and lethal doses of the drug meant to be injected in or poured on cows, sheep, or horses. The Food and Drug Administration even had a tweet go viral in August when it pointed out that people aren't farm animals.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.